So the next topic which I want to start is changing identities. Okay, so generally there might be many situations, right? There might be many situations we might need to execute our commands with super user permissions. With super user permissions, all right? So for example, you might not have a permission, and then you might need to become a root user rather than a regular user, and then perform your activities. So if these are the scenarios, what are the different things which we can do? So let us look into the other stuff, right? Let us get started with respect to this stuff. Okay, okay. So often we want to gain super user privileges to carry out some administrative tasks. Okay. So what are the possible ways? Right. The first possibility is log out and log back in as a alternative user. The second stuff is you can use something called as su command. Okay. And then the third one is you don't need to log back, log out, or become some other user. You can execute one command, okay, that will give you permissions or privileges only for that command as a root user. Okay, so we will not speak about the first technique. First technique is really boring. Okay, you log out and you log in as that user, right? Okay, now basically what we would do is, let me try to quickly log in into one Linux machine. Right, I'll select this machine. I'll say start. This is the machine which I'm using in DevOps class. That should be fine. So let me start the Red Hat one also. Right here, I have two machines. One is Ubuntu, the other one is Red Hat. Okay. All right. So let us wait for these machines to be started. Oh, okay. This machine is started. Okay. So let me get into my terminal. Okay. And enter into Linux shell using the terminal. Okay, good. Now what I want to do is, right, I want to basically execute. Okay. I want to basically behave as a shell user, right? Behave as an alternative user, behave as a different user. Okay. So what is that I can do? So for this experimentation, okay, experimentation, let's create 3 users. Okay. John and Rick. Okay. And let me call it as Shiva. So we will create 3 users. How I'll create 3 users? I'll create 3 users by saying I want to execute add user John, and then add user Rick, and add user Shiva. So do you think it is a good idea for anyone to create users, or only administrator should be able to create users? On your Linux machine, who should be creating users? Admins or anyone? Okay, so let us become an admin user. Okay, don't worry about this command. I'll explain about this command by executing sudo hyphen I. By executing sudo hyphen I. So we will become a root user over here. Okay, so root is a super user. He can do anything on your Linux machine, even deleting Linux from your disk. Okay, this user is capable of doing that stuff. So sudo hyphen I. So if you basically look at who am I now, so I am a root user. I am a root user. Now let me add user John. So it is asking what would be the password of John. Let me try to tell that password of John would be John123. Okay, so rest of the details you can give it. Okay, generally you would see this information because initially Linux was used in universities. That's the reason why you will see room number and all that stuff, right? Okay, and now let me add one more user. Add user Rick. Okay, so I'll give it as Rick123. Okay, right. Similarly, I'll add user. Okay, Shiva. Okay, right. So for this user, I'll be giving the password as Shiva123. Okay, so let me give a screenshot of some of the commands so that it is easy for you guys whenever you are practicing. Sorry, snip. Okay, so let me save this. Okay, to save this, I need this folder. Copy the path and right. Okay, so review dot slash images slash linux 38.png. Okay, so hopefully this is what we have done. Okay, now what I want to do is, okay, don't worry about sudo command. I have not asked you about sudo yet. Okay, so Suresh, please wait down. Let us worry about switch user. Okay, so here we need to do one hack. Okay, since if you are practicing in Amazon, in AWS, password authentications are disabled. So we will be enabling them. Okay, so for the people who are using AWS to practice, you need to basically do this. If you are not using AWS, this step is not required. Okay, so you basically get into vi etc ssh sshd underscore config. Okay, this is just because I'm using AWS machine. Okay, so vi etc ssh sshd underscore config, and I have already shown you how to basically use a Vim. Okay, openvim.com. Okay, so if you see this password authentication, the value will be no. I have changed that to yes. Okay, I've changed that to yes. Am I clear on this? Okay, this is if you are using AWS machine, you need to do this. Okay, so okay, and change password authentication to yes. Okay, And after you change password authentication to S, what you are expected to do is you are expected to execute this command, service sshd restart. Okay, so we will be learning about these commands. We'll be learning about these commands, but the whole point is right now I don't want you to focus on them. Okay, so consider this to be a practice. You have to do this. Okay, if you are using AWS machines. Okay, now what I would do is let me exit. Let me exit out of this. After this, just exit. When we exit, what we would become is we'll become a normal user. When we exit, we'll become a normal user. So are you seeing now I am Ubuntu? Yeah, am I clear on that, sir? Okay, so now if I want to become a different user, if I want to become a different user, okay, let us see how SU works. Okay, so SU, okay, so run shell with substitute user and group ID. Okay, the SU command would look like this. Okay, SU command will look like, okay, so you can write something like SU. Okay, whatever is in square brackets is optional, so you can give hyphen L. Okay, and then user, even user is optional, even user is optional. If you don't try to give, if you don't try to give username, it will try to log in as a root user. Okay, so there is one more thing which you can do. I think we have discussed about it. Man su, no sir, man su. Okay, so are you seeing this? You have a whole manual page. Okay, it speaks about su hyphen l stands for login. You can specify the shell, right? You can do all of this. Okay, so what I would recommend is, okay, execute help for su. Okay, so man su, man su is nothing new, manual su, right? So or else we can su hyphen hyphen help. Okay, you can also execute this su hyphen hyphen help. So are you seeing this? Su hyphen hyphen help will tell that you can execute su options and then your login and then your login. Okay, so now let's try to become John. Let's try to become John. So what is that I would enter now? SU John. Then it is asking John's password. John's password is John123. Am I clear on this? Okay, or let me do one thing. Who am I? Okay, and then I would use this tilde symbol. What is this tilde symbol means? It means home directory, right? And PWD. So are you seeing for this user a home directory is created? Am I clear on this, sir? So can we switch from one user to other user in Linux now? Okay. Now let's try to become Rick. So I'll go over here and then I would say su hyphen l Rick. So Rick 123. Okay. So if you look at the difference, if you don't use this hyphen l, okay, you will be logging in into the same directory. But if you use hyphen l, you will get into the home directory of Rick. So who am I? Am I clear on that, sir? Okay. So I'm not executing Shiva because it would be the same. It would be the same story. Okay. You can try basically with Shiva. Okay. Right. Now, if I try to execute su hyphen, let us see what happens. Or let me become exit, exit. I'm Ubuntu user now. Let me try to use su hyphen. Okay. It is asking password, but unfortunately my Ubuntu user doesn't have a password. Okay. Right. But su hyphen command. Okay. If you want to become root user, and if root user has a password, right now in our machine root user doesn't have a password, he has a key. Okay, so you can use su hyphen. Okay, so then it will ask root user's credentials, and you can become a root user. Am I clear on this, sir? Okay, yeah. So let's look at file. Okay, so slash etc slash passwd. What will this file consist of? What is the need for that file? We have discussed about it in the last class. Cat etc passwd. Okay, right. Let me give the whole stuff. Okay, so these are my users which I have tried to create. Am I clear on this, sir? Whenever we create users, the user information is getting stored in, okay, at cpasswd. We have also spoken about the shadow file, and we have also spoken about groups file. We have also spoken about groups file. Okay, now, okay, let me show you one stuff. Okay, in Ubuntu machine, in Ubuntu, as a Ubuntu user, I can execute sudo apt-get update. Is it working? Yeah, good. So there is no problem. Okay, so with, okay, default user, okay, in my case it is Ubuntu. Let's execute any sudo command, but I'll be executing a command which is sudo apt-get update. Okay, and it works. This is an evidence of it. Okay, right, good. Okay, right. Let's try to execute the same command. Let's try to execute same command as, or by switching user to John. I'm quite sure we know how to switch the user. So we would go over here, and then we would say su hyphen l John, and the password is John123. And then let me execute sudo apt-get update. Okay, it is asking me for the password. I will enter my password, John123. So what is the error message which I'm trying to get? John is not in the what? Sudoers file. John is not in the sudoers file, and this incident will be reported. This incident will be reported. So is this error? Okay. Do you think we need to fix this? Okay. So if the user, okay, how to give, okay, John the permission to execute sudo commands. Okay. So let us see. Okay. So first it is asking about some sudoers file. Okay. So is it not the error? It is asking that John is not in the sudoers and all of that stuff. So let us try to look into what is this sudoers first. So let me become a stuff, and then I would try to execute cat etc slash sudoers. Okay. Okay. I don't have permissions. Okay. So are you seeing there is something called as this file? Okay. So now become Ubuntu user. When I say Ubuntu user, this is your default user. Okay. So if you are using Red Hat machine on the AWS, you might see something like EC2-user. Okay. And then try to execute sudo cat etc sudoers. Okay. Now when you execute this, you would see a file which looks like this. You would see a file which looks like this. Okay. Now, okay. John is not part of sudoers file. So let's add John to sudoers file. This is not a very good approach, but this will work. This will work. Okay. Let us see how we will add John to the sudoers file. Okay. So login as default user. Okay. So which is in my case it is Ubuntu. So right now I am in Ubuntu, and then I would execute a command over here which is called as sudo vi sudo. What is it? Sudo vi sudo. Now I get this open, and over here what I would try to do is wherever I see this sudo, I'll be trying to add my username John. Whatever I'm seeing on the top, I'm adding the same thing. Am I clear on this? So I have added this entry. Okay. Now let me save this. Okay. And you have to basically do Control X. Okay. Control X will exit, and then it will ask you, do you want to save? Yes, I want to save. Okay. Now let us try to switch as a user. SU-L John. Okay. What is John's password? John123. Now let me execute sudo apt-get update. It is asking me for password John123. Is it working? Okay. So, all right. What is this 46 by the way? Okay, 46 and 47, two images. Okay, right. So 46 and 47. So if we want to execute any command with sudo, right? Any command with sudo, right? On the Ubuntu machine, user should be part of sudoers file. Okay, then user can execute commands with sudo. Okay, but what is the sudo? Okay, sudo is run, okay, a command as super user. Okay, so when you do su, you are becoming a, when you are basically looking at su, you are trying to become, okay, a different user. Sudo means only execute this command as a different user. Only execute this command as a different user. Am I clear on that? So don't worry about what are those notations, all colon, all and all of that stuff. Okay, I have basically copy pasted. There was something on the top, whatever was on the top, I have tried to replicate it. Yes, guys. Okay. So what is sudo and what is su? Su means basically you will become a user. You will log in as that user. Sudo means you are not logging as that user. This individual command, whatever you are trying to run, you are trying to run that command. You are trying to run that command as, okay, you are trying to run that command as a root user or as a super user. Okay, su is switch user. You will log in as that user and then you will execute commands. Okay, sudo will help you in not you, there is no need for you to log in as a user. Okay, you can execute that one particular command, okay, like a user. In Windows generally we see these options, right? Whenever we basically right click on any option, or using run as administrator. Okay, so what does run as administrator do? Only your stuff will try to basically mean, only your stuff will try to basically get into, okay, that particular command you are trying to execute as a privileged user or a super user. Am I clear on that stuff? Sudo and su. Sudo will execute one command as a super user, whereas su can help you to become a super user, right? You can log in into a super user. Yes, sir. Sham, yes. Am I clear? I am not hearing any response from the people. Okay, right. Okay, so I just wanted to give this stuff. Okay, and now generally when we speak about users, I'll be getting very deep into it. What is the sudoers file? How to add the sudoers file to the stuff and all of that stuff. We'll be basically looking into that. But right now we are not working on how to add users to Linux. I've just shown you some sample. But did we understood the difference between sudo apt-get update, okay, or sudo any command for that matter, versus su? Yeah, good, right. Okay, now let me create a file. So let me get into a folder called as /tmp, or let me not go into /tmp. Let me go into the folder and let me create a file. Touch, okay, important.txt. Okay, and now I would try to execute ls hyphen. Am I clear on this? There is nothing new, right? Okay, yeah. So Venkatesh, don't worry about that. That is not our concern today. Okay. So when we basically speak about adding users, adding groups, we will get into that discussion. Then I'll speak about this. All right. Okay. Right. So what is that I've done? I've created a file. All right. So now ch own change file owner and group. Okay. So let's create a simple file as John. Okay. Right. Now if you basically look into it, yeah. So we have created a simple file as John. Good. Right. Now what I want to do is, okay, I want to change the owner of this file. Okay. So I want to change the owner of this file to Rick. Okay. Or I want to transfer the ownership of this file to Rick. So how can I do that? How can I do that? So shall we try it? So this is where, okay, a Linux command, okay, ch own comes into play. So whenever we want to execute any of these commands, what is the first thing? Ch own hyphen help, right? Or man ch own, or you can Google by saying ch own examples. Okay, the choice is yours. Ch own hyphen help. Okay, so are you seeing over here? Yeah, right. Now let me change the ownership. Let me change the ownership. Okay, so I want to change the ownership to whom? To Rick. So I will execute ch own. Okay, let me try to write the command. Okay, syntax is ch own. You can write owner. Okay, if you want to give to a particular group, you can try to tell what is the group which you want to give, and then this is the file for which file or directory for which you want to change the permissions. You want to change the permissions. Okay, now looking at this, our stuff would be ch own Rick. Okay, what was our file's name? Important.txt, right? Yeah. Now what is it trying to tell? To change the ownership, okay, of important.txt, you don't have, this operation is not permitted. Okay, let me try doing this. Sudo ch own Rick important.txt, and now ls hyphen al important.txt. Okay, so you can do one more thing. If you want to give the group also, you can basically say sudo ch own Rick colon Rick important.txt ls hyphen al. Okay, so we have changed the group membership, and we have changed the file membership. Am I clear on this? Am I clear on this? Right. So this is basically for a file. Okay. So let's change ownership of a file. What should I do if I want to change the ownership of a directory? Okay. So let me go over here. Ch own hyphen help. Okay. So are you seeing recursive? Okay, so this is something which you need to add. Okay, so why are you worrying about where the images are shared, sir? Right, you are getting notes, right? Okay, yeah, is that a very important question at this moment? No, right? Yeah, let me create a directory. Make dir, okay, my videos or my docs or docs. Right, in that docs I'll be creating docs slash 1.txt, docs slash 2.txt. Right, if you have understood expansion, I could have done this very much easily, right? Touch docs slash 3.txt. Do I need to execute 3 commands? Go through our expansion class. We can do this very easily. Okay, what is that syntax? I forgot. Can you guys help me with that? I want to create files from 4 to 10. How can I create it? Is this? Yeah. Now ls docs. Did I got the files? So I have 10 files. Now, if I want to look into permissions of ls-al docs, sorry, saying this current directory has all the permissions to John. Okay. Now, if I want to give the permission to Rick, so first thing is I have to execute sudo chown. Okay, and here I will be adding recursive because this is not one file, this is multiple files, right? Rick colon Rick user colon group. Okay, and then I am trying to give docs slash. Now let me execute ls-al docs. Okay, so now do we know how to basically change the ownership of files and folders? Yes, sir. Now let's see how to change ownership of folder. Am I clear on this, sir? So can we change ownership of files and folders to any user and any group now? Okay, right. So basically there is one more command called as ch group also, but we will try to discuss that in our next class. Thank you, sir. So I'll stop it at that, and we will meet again tomorrow, and tomorrow.
Thanks for watching. For more videos, subscribe our channel and click on bell icon.